Hello again, everyone. We are Gaming by Gaslight, and welcome back to another episode of Starbound. When we last left off, we'd just beaten the High Laudal mission, and now we are off on another exciting mission, this time exploring. First of all, this glitch techno-wizard thing, and then maybe we'll do pay a little visit to this freighter convoy to do a little bit of intergalactic piracy before looking for a jungle world. Ooh, hello. Because we've got ourselves... Oh, this is so slow. Need upgrades. Desperately need... Oh, there's no new quests here. So I guess there's not a terribly big reason for being here. I mean, aside from, you know, potentially acquiring random loot like this. Which is always good, frankly. So, you know, don't let me sound too much like I'm complaining. Because while I totally am complaining, obviously... I don't really mean it. Or at least I shouldn't really mean it. Hello. Excited, I'm researching the different kinds of staves and wands. Have you seen any lately? I'm sure I've seen some variety of staff in recent times. Anyway, aside from that, as I go and loot your research center here. I mean, there's lots of books. And some of this I want to just pick up because I'm pretty sure it is new or new-ish. Ooh, what's this? That's just a randomly generated weapon. Nothing too terribly worth getting excited about. But at the same time, is still of some interest. Anyway, that didn't take too long. Oh, so this music. What is this music? I can't seem to tell offhand whether it is music that existed in the vanilla game or if this is like very definitely like exclusively mod related. Anyway, the important thing, one way or the other. Oh, I can't harvest that stuff, unfortunately. Anyway, the important thing is that we're getting useful resources that'll let us build cool and exciting things, by the way. Hello there, friend. Nervous. These robes are elegant, but they are indeed difficult to walk in. And we can also buy some stuff like that hat. You know, that's always something that kind of got me a little. Is like what a ripoff the glitch mission is, because, and also the avian mission. Now that I think about it, with its like secret costume stuff that you can find, because both the glitch and avian missions have parts that you can actually just find randomly exploring in the world and aren't actually unique. Mart skirt, huh? And aren't actually unique to our people, our guys, our characters, or the missions that we are doing, which we unlock though. And I don't get to just smash that. Makes a certain amount of sense. Ooh, a pluricolor. Do I want to know what that does? The answer is yes, actually, but we don't have any pets at the moment, and probably won't for some time, so I guess we're not going to get to immediately check that out. I'll just check that in with the other collars, and might as well throw that in there as well. Then we'll probably want to make a stop at a store to sell some stuff. Also, did you notice the space whale in the background? Which is probably like this ship that we're approaching. There's this music. It feels familiar, but I can't place where exactly. I mean, maybe it just sounds familiar to, like something else I've heard before, but it's like not actually anything I've heard before. Yet, I can't shake the feeling that I know this music from somewhere. But where? That's the real questions that I like to ask right here on this channel. What are the real questions anyway? What is real and what is fake? What is reality at all? I certainly don't know. I mean, some say reality is what you make of it. Some would even say that, that we live in some wacky land that, where truth and facts mean nothing. I would kind of disagree with that assessment, but, you know, feel free to disagree. Anyway, let's try to get out of the range of all the shooty things here so we can, like, charge up our ship. I don't even have it set on my quick bar. That is poor life planning right there. Alright, let's lock this in place. And we'll just pop out of our ship, like so. There we go. Man, that's useful. Now, in case you're wondering as well, that's not a mod item. That is something I can't... Oh yeah, you can tell this is from the United Systems expansion because that's the one thing I don't like about the United Systems mod. Like, I understand, like, there's a certain, like, aim of realism with this mod, but I really hate how stuff can shoot you from well off screen. Like... Okay then, well. That's not quite what I intended to do. We've lost our mech. But we are still alive, because we bailed out at the last second, and we've been... How do I... Oh god. Alright. It's occurred to me I'm just throwing good money, or good pixels after bad there. Yeah, gotta be honest. Irritating as heck. Ooh, an avian spacefaring structure full of murderous zealots. You see, that sounds pretty cool. Right there, good sir. There's a space merchant. Those are always fun, but I like this. I like the idea of going to an avian station, because that might even accomplish the same objective as going to a jungle world, that we're still going to want to go there so we can get some Durasteel, so we can upgrade ourselves and get all swole and jacked up and stuff, so that we can beat the bad guys. Excuse me, sir. Alright. Yeah. Alrighty then, let's see. Well, I really need to invest in, like, faster thrusters for this thing, because this is just dang gum embarrassing, says I. Dealing with this very painfully slow mech. Painfully slow, I says. Painfully slow. Yeah. I'm also still feeling a little salty about... I flew around that entire ship. I don't even know how I'm supposed to get into it. But there's no doubt a way. I just needed to figure out how, but with all those guns shooting at me 24/7, it just wasn't gonna happen. Very, very irritating. Which, to be honest, I think if the United Systems guns had... I'd go as far as to say, like, maybe by a factor of 10, or at least a factor of 5 or something. Something pretty significant is the point I'm getting at, because those guns start shooting at you, and they do a fair amount of damage from off screen, which, you know, you can't really do anything about. And, you know, from a realism standpoint, makes sense. Gameplay standpoint, gets me real salty. Real salty. Saltier than the Dead Sea. Which, as you may know, is in fact the saltiest sea in the world. That's why you can float in it. It's also why it's so good at preserving scrolls, apparently. That's like totally not a real fact, by the way, that last one there, so don't pay any mind to that part. The other part about it being really salty, though, if memory serves, is in fact, like, very true. Which is also why you're so buoyant there, because the salt helps with buoyancy and stuff. For scientific reasons that I am not qualified to explain, but are totally true. True? True is the word. Yeah. I know how to speak, I swear. I can speak my own native language of English. A horribly garbled version, apparently. But, you know, it's still a version of English that totally is real and not made up and imagined by me. To feel better about myself for my inability to speak words. How do I get into this thing now? It's got to be from the bottom. And you know what I love about this whole pyramid ship thing? It just reminds me so much of Stargate, and it really makes me sad that what I would call classic Stargate is like dead now, and we're like gonna be getting like some like big movie Stargate that's like totally not real Stargate. Well, that's probably a bit unfair, isn't it? Condemning the movie, which is basically a remake of the original movie, from which the actual TV show was spawned. But, yeah. It's kind of an interesting story, that. Since, I forget his name. He was the guy behind the Independence Day movies. But whose name I cannot recall off the top of my head. But, yeah. Like, he originally had a vision for, like, of his own for Stargate. Can I steal this? I cannot. Oh, but I can do this. That much is good. In fact, that right there may or may not have got us what we're looking for. Or at least parts of what we're looking for. Which is important. In fact, I should be keeping an eyeball open. Some more cool wings. Wings are cool. I like wings. You like wings. They're nice. We've got a quest-a-majig here. The Sky Boulevard. The map gives me directions to one of the greatest avian sacred sites, the Sky Boulevard. I ought to be extremely well prepared before attempting any tomb raiding. Alright, so that's obviously a subtle warning, and I appreciate subtle warnings about not getting too big for our britches and just diving in all willy-nilly. Speaking of willy-nilliness and diving in, we need a faster gun, I think. I also need to figure out how to get in here. Because there is totally a way. Oh, there it is. I walked past it, but it's like totally right there. There we go. A way in, and we've got new missions and stuff. I actually kind of wonder to myself how much effort would really be required in order to make like a decent story type mission. Alright, I think we did something. There we go, jolly good. We've got a stab-a-majig. Stab-a-majigs are always fun. Ooh, the Afterlife. Clue X After Death series. I like it. We'll be ready to go to the Great Sovereign Temple, by the by. Of course, we have a few more pressing things to do first, like finishing exploring here. And resting on lovely beds of restiness. Anyway. Yeah. I don't know. I'm feeling in an inspired mood to at least attempt modding my own story stuff, especially as I've been kind of talking about it the last few episodes now. I just don't know if I'd have the time. Like, it's one of those things where it'd be like, it'd be cool, but there's like other stuff I want to do, and, you know, there's only so much time in a day. Do I have enough time to, like, do something that's really just, like, for fun versus, you know, something that may be more important? You know, because that's how it always is at the end of the day. Every time you invest time in one thing, that's time you could have been spending on something else. But I mean, here I am lecturing about stuff like that, and I'm, you know, playing video games here when I could be doing something more productive. But to be honest, I mean, you know, as long as you enjoy in moderation, I mean, you know, stuff like this. I mean, just this channel, I think, has in many ways made me better, if that makes any sense. In the sense that I feel that I have, I don't know, I've become more confident as an individual. I've become a bit more, you know, I've developed certain, a certain set of skills and abilities and whatnot by, playing these video games and whatnot. But, you know, as a hobby, it's nice, is what I'm getting at. I'd say time well spent. Wait, what do you mean I'm not, Yes, I am. Radiation. Disregarding this warning may cause pilot death. Oh, okay. Pretty much any flower will do, by the way, and be patient. Bees take time to breed, and they only do it when there are flowers and sun. Okay. Now that leads to an interesting question, and that question, of course, is what shall become of us if actually, what am I trying to say here? Hey, you damn dirty cultists! Oh, I'm really had an itchy forehead there. Ah, nice Healy juices there. Always good. Add some extra Healy juices. We need to craft some stuff as well. Specifically, more advanced bandage-y things. And you know what? I feel like I should get back into, like, reading the various lore bits that we're picking up. So you know what? Let's start by doing that right now, shall we? A little bit of reading in here. The Afterlife by Karn Hollowbeak, Avian Scholar. Those who serve Kluex with passion and dedication in this life are said to regain their wings in the next. It is the Avian's ultimate goal to regain the power of flight and join our gods in the afterlife. Oh yeah, I was also kind of on a tangent there for a second about Stargate. I've been on this before, but, you know, I like to reiterate these things. Plus, you know what, now that I think about it, I haven't heard any fervor about what the status of the movie remake-y thing is. Except to say that I'm pretty sure that it's still a thing. It's one of those things where, on the one hand, I mean, it's going to be interesting to see what the original creator had in mind for, like, the whole Stargate franchise before it instead got, like, I wouldn't really say hijacked isn't exactly, like, a fair description of what happened, but basically, it ended up in a different set of creators' hands. They made it into a TV show instead of, like, a movie series, and yeah, things were different. And not necessarily bad different, I would say. In fact, I would almost even be so bold as to say that it was in fact good different. And that the Stargate that we got, TV series, is perhaps superior to what we might have got in, you know, just because I mean, if you've watched the original I keep wanting to say Star Trek for some reason. If you've watched the original Stargate movie, you know, it's a good movie. But I guess it doesn't have too much to make it stand out from, like, your average kind of, like, sci-fi type thing. Whereas TV show, I mean, then again, I mean, I guess like there was a lot of like lore material and stuff for the Stargate films that never ended up getting made, but I guess are now going to become a thing. So it'll be interesting, I guess, to see that original vision created, but at the same time, it's a little bit of a shame that it's coming at the expense of, like, over a decade of other, you know, other stuff that is, you know, well-loved and enjoyed by many all over the world. I would assume all over the world anyway. I don't know exactly how big Stargate's reach is, but I assume it's there. You know, these, the Frog are very, very tolerant and patient people. You know, you just break into their house and steal their stuff, and they're just like, yeah, whatever, man. Live and let live, dog. I mean, they don't even talk. They're just like, yeah. Words are... Then again, maybe they're psychic, and that's why they don't talk. Bet you didn't think of that, did you? Or maybe you did. Maybe you did, and you're already 10 steps ahead of old GamingByGaslight. In which case, you know, good on you. Otherwise, yeah, don't question me. What I says to you. Let's see here. What? I guess... No, we don't have that. I'll junk that. It pains me to do so, but I will totally do it. And I'm gonna circle around. This might be a slightly longer bonus video, or bonus length type video here, but anyway, yeah, I'll see you when we run into something else of interest. Alright, looks like target spotted. Some kind of, I assume this is one of those Akamari things again. Who they seem to enjoy doing stuff. Yeah, the Akamari build powerful antennae from scrap metal. They are quite ingenious. Interesting. What is Vash? An Acris drift rifle. Alright. I don't know what Vash is. Some kind of... Well, I mean, I guess if we want to know what Vash is, why don't we just take a look? A highly corrosive organic substance. Interesting. Very interesting. Ooh, what's this? An oil well. I mean, we could do something with that, but I don't see the need at the moment, so we're just going to kind of mosey on off on our merry... You know what else? I just realized we have alliance missions to be doing as well, so we've got lots of content that we can keep ourselves busy with, even without moving forward. Excuse me, sir. We also have Dreadwing and other stuff, so maybe we'll make a quick pit stop next episode before moving forward, and we'll instead go sideways. Oh, and there's some intention stuff here. 50-0. Doesn't look like there's any intention tech this time around, sadly. It's just a couple of, yeah, monument thingies, statue-y, standy thingies. And nothing to get all excited about. Not today, I'm afraid. Oh well, there'll be time later. Let's see, what do we got here? Jungle drones, which apparently we've already had, and looks like there's a fight going on over here. Hello. Hey, dog. Oh boy. This guy's itching for a fight. I'm actually intrigued a little by the Akamari here. Like, I don't think they're going to be a playable race. I could be wrong about that. But in any case, I am intrigued by them and would be interested in learning more. I'll take that. Hey there, friend. Nice outfit you got there. Aw, how kind of you. Now, don't mind me while I just, like, smash all of your ancestral vases there. I'm sure it'll be fine. Probably. You gonna try to kill me? Nope, you're not a hostile. For once. Oh, there's a mudslide. It's cool, actually. Yeah, you know what? These trees drop tree stuff. Flesh strands, alright. I mean, I guess that's something. And some eyes. Eyes are nice. Hello. Oh, the worst part is those were actually friendly. Let's see. This strange substance is fungal in nature with a sort of sticky property that adheres to any organic matter. That is intriguing. Color me intrigued. And also color me what the heck is going on with these eyeballs. The color of eyes. The color of madness. I think that's actually the title of any books, but it totally should be. You know what? I bet the color of madness. That's got to be the name of something. Sure, someone's used that as a title. I refuse to believe it has not been used as a title of something. Absolutely refuse. Flag of Madness. Pretty sure we also have that. And this. But I'll grab it anyway. Just because we... It always weirds me out that these glitch wizard towers, they seem to really... Not too often, but often enough that there's got to be something up with their design. They end up, like, getting built so that the door on one end can end up being buried in the terrain. Ooh, there's something here. There's something very wrong here. All right, I guess we had just loaded in too fast or moved too fast for the terrain. Hello. You, just some friendly people out for a stroll? Looks like you are. You also have some quests for us. Don't mind me while I rummage through your belongings for valuables. Do I want to do quests for you? Deliver it to machine. Don't read it yourself or Florin will stab you. Totally gonna read it. What does it say? Hey machine, I secretly stare at you. Okay, that's, I guess, nice. And a reply. I don't judge you. Let's hang out sometime. Oh, that's interesting. Oh, I hope you didn't peek at Florin's secret. Anyway, machine will be Florin's friend and help Florin out now. Nice statue. Ask, okay, that was easy. Now I deliver it to some other dude right there. Yes, sir. I mean, these are the kinds of quests I like. Now I don't have... Oh, and you would like to join the Protectorate as a tailor. I would love to have a tailor. Man, tailor is like the hardest job type to find. That's cool. Now we've got a crew member. I guess that's how I was asking. I think it was it just the other episode? It was at some point not too long ago. I was like, hey, how did Florin end up joining the Protectorate anyway, given their like kind of warlike nature and their propensity for, you know, stabbing and killing things? But then again, also, I mean, like, you know, most Florin villages you go into and most Florin settlements, they don't actually try to murder you right off the bat. So perhaps some of... Oh god, I'm almost dead. Perhaps some of the Florin's reputation for being merciless and monstrosities is overblown. Still don't know if I feel comfortable around them all the time, but, you know, don't hate, man. Don't hate. Hate is what makes the world a more difficult place than it really needs to be. Or if people worked together and got along, then, yeah. Yeah, and also accepted people for who they were without, you know, getting all too, judgy. I mean, don't get me wrong. There's some stuff that I would say you probably are well within your rights to judge. But at the same time, you know, like, there's some stuff we won't name, because if we start talking about, like, specific cases, then we start getting into, like, real world, like, social politics and stuff, and we don't want to do that when we can avoid it anyway. And thus, I'll eat that. And get that sweet, sweet coffee bean. Anyway, but the point is, people could be better to each other. And I think we owe it to ourselves to try to be better. Because it's hard. Which is why you know that it's probably a good thing. Pretty sure we've been here. So we've circled the planet, but my mech is missing. Guess it despawned or something. Anyway, that's where we're going to wrap this episode up. So until the next time, as always, thank you all for watching. I hope you all enjoyed. Don't forget to hit that like button, or maybe leave me a comment down below. Let me know what you're thinking. And as always, be good to one another.